what I want out of this. I'm just really hoping that all the negative talk around owning your firearms and seeking help changes. That's my ultimate goal. I hope people realise there is actually ways to still have a firearms and get help.
So we took a weekend and we're heading over to the west coast to go and try and hunt some red deer with my second time in the inflatable jet boat. Well, it's going to start and it's going to work. Yeah, so we got to the river mouth, packed the boat up, and I was a little bit worried about the rapids that were upon us. I'm not nervous at all.
Nah.
We got through it all right. It was a lot bigger than we thought though.
Yep. We might just chuck our stuff out on the sand there and then I'll pull it up in there or something.
Righto.
And then we had about a 3-kilometre walk and we started
Which was
seeing...
apparently only meant to be a kilometre.
I'm still glad Luana wasn't with me in the boat on that. She'd be so scared.
Still swearing at you?
I should be so scared, I reckon.
Yeah, I don't think Jen would be too happy about that.
No. How good would it be to shoot a deer on the way in?
It's quite fresh, eh?
There's no shortage of deer here.
Hey?
There's no shortage of deer here.
I'm sure I heard something just down there.
So when we were making our way, we're probably halfway there. We're getting pretty close to one of the first clearings, and there was a lot of deer prints, and you could see that they were fresh just from the sign, like there was water still on the prints and
And the shit.
yeah. You can't say that.
Yes, I can. You can say what I want. This is ours.
So we got to the cabin, we started unpacking and having a coffee, getting ready for our night hunt to go up the river. We were sort of waiting for the wind to change so then we could go up with the wind in our face. Look, so what do you want to achieve this weekend?
Through what I've been through with my own, having my licence revoked just because I went to the doctor to seek help, I saw right from the start that there's something drastically wrong with that situation.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense in any level. So back a few years ago, I had my licence revoked, all due to seeking help. I went to the doctor, decided to get back on medication, and she just referred me to mental health services just to get me on my feet. I was actually doing pretty good, I seen the signs, and then I got punished, had my guns taken. It was the most horrible experience of my life. I went in feeling like bad, and I walked out feeling absolutely shit, and you know, to the point where it actually almost made me more suicidal than what I ever felt in my life. You felt like you've done something wrong.
Yep, we'll just have our third coffee and wait for the wind to start blowing down.
Yeah. I've had that many coffees, I'll be sprinting up there. I'll run straight past them.
Only just when I left Canada this year, I told one guy what we're doing.
Yeah.
And he told me about his father taking his life and then him being on medication.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's interesting when you start talking about it, eh?
Yep.
And then people open up and start going, oh yeah, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
I heard them ducks.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, like, while the wind's still blowing up there at the moment, we just quickly had a quick look down there.
Yeah, righto.
And then hopefully by then it'll change and we'll go back up.
Righto. Yeah, good idea.
just sit here and wait for the wind to change.
Yeah. It's trying to.
Yeah, when the wind was starting to change, that's when we were trying to get it on our wind in our face. But it did keep switching a little bit.
We should be able to still go out along that bush edge if we're close to the river. It's trying to turn, eh? Be nice to get in there and put those fucking ducks there.
And then we started having run-ins with paradise ducks.
Yeah. Ducks. Now, what is the go with the ducks? Tell me about the ducks.
So
Anyone that doesn't understand.
when the paradise ducks, when they start honking, it's a warning signal to all other animals. So it starts scaring the deer as soon as they hear that noise. See, if I was talking like you, I'd say that's an epic fail.
So I guess we've sort of tried to nut out an idea of what we're going to do the next day, so we decided we might head way up further to another clearing that we knew was up further, and hopefully by the time we got there the wind was doing its thing for us. Do you reckon we scoot along that bush line, keep away from the ducks?
I reckon we go up the same bit that we went last night.
It's just those ducks, we don't want them to see us.
Well, there's nothing here at the moment. We might as well carry on up to that next flat.
Yeah.
So we got to the place that we left the night before, and when we got to that area we ended up spooking a deer. You could hear the crashing as we were crossing a little river.
Not much through here.
No, it's just like this all the way to that flat.
So we got about an hour and a half, 2 hours up the valley to the next clearing. And then at this stage we had our tail between our legs a little bit. The sun was coming up.
It was all right because we had a guide with us.
Yep.
So we were.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to meeting that guide.
Back to the warm hut.
Yeah. Pretty uneventful.
But even those ducks and that last night wouldn't have helped. Like that deer that we did spook was right where we were sitting last night.
Yeah. It's timing.
But it might have come out after we'd left.
It's hunting, eh?
Yeah.
I think when I did have my licence revoked, it really gave me an opportunity to still go bush, still hunt, and I actually honed my hunting skills, and I actually let a lot more pass these days. It's actually more rewarding.
Well, it's one of those things, people could still bow hunt and use crossbows, things like that.
I did have the police officer mention that to me at the time, and I probably would never mention it to someone in that situation right then, but later on, working them into it for sure, because the first thing I thought was, fuck you. I've personally, this trip was great. It gives us an opportunity to talk amongst ourselves. I mean, without even realising it, we're checking in on each other and you're creating this conversation, and it's so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. I don't have answers for you. And we both go away knowing we've let some shit off our chest, whether it's needed to or not, and it's just normal conversation, and people need to realise it's not hard. Best opportunity in the hills. Everyone's relaxed, everyone's chilled, everyone's having a good time, drinking heaps of coffee, waiting for the wind to change.
Well, I'm excited about what we've got coming up because, mental health can be such a drag of a conversation, and it can be mundane and sad and all this. We want to normalise this and have a bit of fun with it. Shoot some deer, put some meat in the freezer, feed the family, get the family out, get some professionals out here in their field of mental health and let them understand why we go out there.